Our next guest, Stearnsy Bears, has produced classic-styled, fine-quality collectible teddy bears since 1981. Stearnsy Bears is a small family-owned business owned by the Stearns family, but their collectible bears have a reputation for becoming family heirlooms. With us to tell us more about these amazing bears is the company's owner and bear artist, Charles Stearns. Welcome to the show, Charles.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
How did the business start 26 years ago?
We had a family-operated grocery store, but my mom and dad had a passion for antique dolls and toys, that kind of thing. And my mom bought some handmade bears at a flea market, dressed them in some wonderful old vintage doll clothes, then named them after all old family members and sold them. And that was the seed of the idea there. And it wasn't too long before the bears had replaced the groceries for us.
So tell us, what's unique about Stearnsy Bears?
This is really an old-fashioned way of doing business. It's harkens back to the way things used to be done in America. We're making each bear ourselves. It's one bear at a time.
Yeah, tell us
one
about
of a
that.
kind.
They're all handcrafted.
It's just a two-person operation now, just my wife and I.
Wow.
We have quite a bit of time involved in each one of them, but that's what makes them special. That's what one of the things that people like about them.
Well, what kind of materials do you use to make these bears?
We use a wide range of materials. We'll use imported mohair from Germany and England. We also use old vintage fabrics. We'll use old coats. We'll make bears out of quilts. Just about anything we can make a bear out of.
And size range?
Our bears are going to range in size from about 4 inches on up to 22, 23 inches.
Pretty big. And let's take a look at some of the bears you've brought, because they are very unique and our viewers really need to see. Why don't we start, since we are in Christmas in July, let's start on your end with your holiday bear.
This would be what we would consider traditional Father Christmas in our largest size. My wife has added the trim. The coat was a vintage mohair child's coat. Almost everything we do is based more on what we find to work with than any looking for specific stuff. But that, we do Father Christmases in all sizes from the biggest size on down. And
you've got a patriotic military bear here too.
This is a vintage World War II uniform.
It's amazing.
It's just something that we happened onto, and but we do quite a few bears in military outfits.
And then
this bear's made from an old coat.
Really?
For us, if we find a piece of material where we can just make one bear out of it, it's okay. We'll just make it and go on from there, and there'll never be another one just like that.
That is really neat. Now, I love the bears in the vintage dresses, these Victorian-looking little bears.
That's one of the things that we've always done, and we never know what we're going to find when you work with old stuff like we do.
Sure.
It's just whatever shows up. But this would be in the 1900s neighborhood, the dress itself and the hat. The bear was just a piece of material that we found. And
a beautiful brooch on her, too. She's
always
dressed
looking
up.
For that kind of stuff.
Very
right.
dressed up.
Always.
And then down here, I noticed, it kind of looked like it could be a christening gown or something.
That's one of the things that we always like to find is old christening gowns, because each one of them is they're really a piece of art in and of themselves.
And some of the smaller ones up here, we talked about the wedding couple, for instance.
That wedding couple is something that we will do. We'll do them for sale, but we also do them on a custom basis. If that little couple will fit on top of a wedding cake if people want something for a lifetime keepsake.
Yeah, that's a perfect heirloom. Well, one of the best things that I love about your company is that folks can call you or go to the website for custom bears. If they're looking for something custom, they can send you something?
We do two types of custom work. You can send us something that we'll actually make the bear out of. We do a fair amount of bears out of fur coats where people have had them in the family. They may be in the closet. They don't want to get rid of them, but they don't have, it's hard to display them. Well, we can make something great out of them. The other kind of custom work that we do would be if people have old clothes. We cut down people's military uniforms or old christening gowns, baby clothes, that kind of thing. Really, we can work, my wife is very good at it, and we can work with just about any.
That is awesome. She must be a heck of a seamstress.
She's great. Yeah, I couldn't do it without her, that's for sure.
Now, finally, also, tell me about the price range on some of these bears.
Our bears, we'll have bears, small, undressed, jointed bears. It'll start out in the $40 to $50 range. And as you go on up, depending on the size, the material, what's involved, you might be in the neighborhood of $400 or $450. When you look at it over the course of a lifetime.
Right. And you're not just selling teddy bears, you're making a feeling out of it, memories out of them.
People can buy bears anywhere.
True.
And we're not naive about the teddy bear business. So people, when they want something special,
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
something, we've been at this long enough that we begin to see our bears turn into second generation stuff, the kind of things that are going to be in families from now on. And that's one of the things that makes it special. What we always think is when the cold, cruel world's getting people down.
Yeah.
Bears really, you know, there's a calming and a peaceful effect
Yeah.
about them. And so we're not just selling bears themselves. There's always the memory of when you've got it. In fact, we say we make memories as well as teddy bears.
That is just wonderful. Thank you for joining us, Charles. It's been a pleasure having you
I've
here.
enjoyed it. It's been great.
Thank you. To place orders for your very own Stearnsy teddy bear, you can log on to the web and visit www.stearnsybears.com, or you can call them at 417-285-3201. Once again, the website is stearnsybears.com. Be sure to check them out today.